Welcome to the Quit Eating Animal Show. We are on episode 49, January 4th today, 4th day of the Burpee, call it challenge to 100,000. We did 329 burpees for 4 days straight. We're going to try to hit our goal of 100,000 on October 31st if we keep this going. But we'll talk a little bit about that, but figured I'm going to jump on, and I said I would in the morning. And here we are. So I'm going to provide a little update, burpee update. Try to give you, where my sense, where my sense is, and trying to get to 100,000 burpees. I mean, that's the ultimate goal for this year. And 4 days in, feel pretty good about it. Let me bring up one of the videos here. If I can. So today's video, day 4. Live. No, not that one. All right, let me see if I can share this screen. Boom. Okay, can you see that? Boom. So check this out. All right. Look at this number right here. 98,684 more burpees to go to get to our goal. So the number looks intimidating right now, but it's still early, and I'm going to say by October 31st, we're going to hit the goal. So I think it's, you can't look at the end number. It's just day by day, and we'll keep chipping away at that number. As long as we wake up, as long as we get dressed, and then we start to do the burpees. That's the hardest part, is just starting. So I see 98,684 more to go, but that's, to me, one day at a time. So we'll keep chipping away at that, and I'm going to see that number just dwindle down. So I'm pretty excited for that, actually. 329, we talked about what that means. 329 pounds signifies the weight, excuse me. Let me get some water. Drank a lot of water today. And a lot of water. So in fact, let's talk about water since we're on it. I used to drink, wake up, take one of these in the shower with me. And this is half a gallon. And I would not come out of the shower until this was gone. So, in every morning that I essentially took a shower, I'd have half a gallon of water before I got dressed, in a sense. So to start the day, half a gallon, and I created that habit. I created that habit consistently over the past, call it, year. And now I feel like I need to build upon that. And, how can I get more water earlier? Or how can I get more water throughout the day? Because then I might not finish a full one of these later on through the day. And that's okay. But how do I get a gallon in? How would I get a gallon in? Well, so now routine is waking up 4 o'clock, in the gym by 4:30, and ready to go. So before I get there, half a gallon. Still going to keep that routine. So wake up. I got essentially 30 minutes to drink this. Get ready, get it, kind of mind prepared. I'm not going to just wake up and roll right into it. Plus I got to set up the video, set up the camera. And so still going to drink Still going to drink half a gallon. Do our 329 burpees, and then come back, get ready for the shower, get ready, get ready. And then I'm also going to fill one of these up and then try to drink most of it, if not all of it. So that's a full gallon of water, call it before 6 a.m. I mean, to me, that's impressive. If someone, I've never heard of anyone doing that, but if I felt good with a half a gallon, imagine what, almost a full gallon of water starting the day looks like. So that's the intent. That's the water. I think that's something that I'm going to continue to do. Make sure that's looking forward here. So I look at 98,684 more burpees to go. Let's talk about 329. The weight in pounds. Can I move this out of the way? Of meat consumed by a person in the United States. So 329 pounds of meat. And I was making a video today. I'm going to try to finish it. And it talks about, 329 pounds, like what that actually looks like. And the way I look at it, like a barbell, 315 pounds, essentially 345s on each side. I mean, it's a significant amount of weight. And I got a video of Kendrick Ferris, Olympic lifter, lifting, or snatching 315 pounds in a warm up, but it's still a massive amount of weight. And, if you think about, call it that much weight, you're eating that much weight, in pounds, you're eating that much meat, you're eating that many animals, and that's just, I think it's significant to think about, and it's a lot. And I mean, 329 burpees is a lot. 329 of anything is a lot. So if you put that in perspective over the course of a year, now we're breaking down in one day and we're doing those many reps. So get 329 in your head, and let's start knocking the burpees out. So go check out that video. I'm just going to continue to do them. We're just going to continue to do them. Cool. All right. Let us go right into... Can y'all see this? We're on the same thing here. All right. All right, notifications. You see these over here. And 3 hours ago, I responded this. Can we see this here? All right, now we can see it. All right. Let me see. Roic. Tastes good and good for you. Just had some halibut from Alaska, and shortly before that, venison from Kodiak Island. Freezer full of beef and whitetail. Wonderful in every way. Don't get me wrong. I throw some veggies in too. All right, so I think about this a lot. A lot of people think about where the salmon are from, and we're tying that into how good they are. And I think it's just interesting because the animals are, they're no different. The individuals, they might be different, but just because where they live or where they, are swimming or where they were born, that determines, the value of them. That's kind of how we think. And those must taste better. Those are better. So I'm going to eat those, and those are healthier, or whatever goes through someone's head when they think of venison from Kodiak Island. Wow, that's amazing. At the end of the day, it's still an animal, right? And I think that's what we want to tie into, whether it's from Kodiak Island or Alaska or Michigan or California or Norway or Canada or Russia or whatever. It's still an individual animal. That's kind of what I tie into when I see, people say, oh, halibut from Alaska, or, Maine lobsters, because Maine has the best lobsters. But at the end of the day, it's still, a lobster, and that lobster's value should be no different than a lobster somewhere, located somewhere else. So, I mean, that's what I think about when I think of people saying, where they're from. Freezer full of beef and whitetail. I think it's interesting. People, think about using the word beef and whitetail. There's some animals, or most of the animals, we don't use that. We don't use their names. Like venison, and so what we're doing is we're conditioning ourselves to not tie into the animal subconsciously, not tie what we're eating to an animal, because if we tied what we were eating to an animal, it's way harder. It'd be way more hard to eat that animal when we tie it, when we see that on our plate as an animal, instead of just, meat or sustenance or food or a burger. So, I think it's another way that we subconsciously distance ourselves, and we condition ourselves to separate and to desensitize what's actually happening, what we're actually eating. And, if you look at some of the words that are used, beef and whitetail are certainly not talking about cow flesh or deer flesh. Wonderful in every way. Again, looking at it from the animal's perspective, it certainly is not wonderful. It's certainly not. And death doesn't have, why do we have to make or try to create death and killing into something wonderful? That's another thing that we need to stop doing. What we have to do is look at what it is actually happening. It's killing the animal. There really isn't anything wonderful about that. Don't get me wrong. I throw some veggies in too. Veggies it should be the main thing, the only thing that we're eating, right? Like plants. So eat a variety of plants, and you're going to sustain yourself without actually killing and eating any animals. All right. Let's do this. Let's go to YouTube Studio. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to comments. I responded with response status with new replies. All right, here we go. Just going to bring up. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. Okay, this is in regards to the video about, and I've seen this too. People think that the death of an animal is painless. So two things come to mind here when I think of animals, the death being painless. First of all, does it really matter if it's painless or not? And this is when you relate it to a human, like say someone's sleeping and then you shoot that person in the back of the head while they're sleeping. They went peacefully, nothing happened, they didn't know anything, they didn't feel a thing. It was, is just the end. Lights out, lights were already out. So it's like, we should be celebrating that. Well, actually, no, because you just took that person's life away. You just ended that person's life short because that person was perfectly happy. That person was living. That person was living their life, and their life was important to them. And if we tried to end that person's life, that person would likely fight back and defend themselves, run away, try to fight for their life. And this is what these animals do. This is what these animals that we eat do. Cows, pigs, chickens, turkeys. Name an animal that you try to go and, kill or, go harm and hurt. What are they going to do? They're going to run away. They're going to fight for their life just like you would. So there's no difference there. Like, what makes us think that like nothing goes through, they don't feel anything, or it doesn't matter. We're still ending that animal's life short for what? And it's because, we're hungry like this, or is this just the way it is? But it doesn't have to be. So even if they don't feel it, it's painless. It does not matter. We shouldn't be deciding to end that animal's life just so we can have a burger. So, and that doesn't make it right. So when I find comments like this, they don't feel it. It's painless, in regards to killing an animal. Now, this is Micah. This is in regards to, this was the banding of the testicles of the cow. The video I posted, I asked how the calves feel. And they said they don't feel a thing. It's painless. I don't. How do you think it's painless? If someone did that to you, you certainly would feel it. It'd be very uncomfortable. And we can't ask. We're not going to ask. So we can observe the animal, but they certainly. We can assume that it's not painless. That's not true. Yeah. Okay, we got back to that. We talked about Aaron Walker. I think I got back to Aaron Walker. It's in our nature. I think we talked through that. Testosterone. What? Let's talk about this Aaron Walker. I think he's got back to a couple of things here. Oh no, I think we got back to him. Yeah, we got back to him. What up? Fam's home. All right, guys, we're ending it short. Episode 49. We'll be back for 50 in probably tomorrow. All right, guys. See ya.